I'd like to greet all human beings all around the world with a universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. It doesn't matter what your political, philosophical, personal, nor religious beliefs may be. It doesn't matter whether you the richest to the poorest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter whether you the proclaimed toughest to the proclaimed weakest person on the face of this earth. It doesn't matter if you're my family, friends, or my proclaimed enemies. It doesn't matter whether you like me, my YouTube videos, or like what I say, whether you give me a thumbs up, thumbs down, whether you give me constructive criticism, whether you give me positive or negative comments. It doesn't matter if you're dark-skinned or light-skinned. I greet you all with the same universal greetings of peace and the blessings of God be with you. Today happened to be April the 18th, 2020, the time of the vision, time for change, time for positive leadership, time for those who have been following leadership for 30 and 40 years and don't see no change for the betterment of all people. It's up to you. God give you a will to do right or wrong. God give you a will to make your own decisions, unless you a child that's not able to make your own decision, unless you have some type of mental issues. Some say I have mental issues, but my mental issues is so bad that when my daughter is ill, I'm able to take her to the proper medical facilities to get her well. My mental illness is so severe that my dad, 92-year-old World War II veteran dad that's been staying with me for 6 years now, probably the second time he ever got sick, but I was able to take him to the proper place when I'm not satisfied with what someone else may say as far as a diagnosis or treatment. But anyway, these two robins you see, one robin and another little bird there, we know that they know I got good sense. I just want to say something, let y'all know that my dad is doing somewhat better, but he got to get them antibiotics. My daughter, Queen Ramona, is doing way much better. You know what I mean? She started back taking over everything, But I want to show y'all something. Before I show y'all something, I want y'all to just pay close attention to the critics or anybody that make comments on my YouTube. This individual comes up every now and then. I don't know if you pronounce it Dwarford 44, or I believe it's DWARFORD 44. This last comment that this individual made, I believe it was yesterday, it sounds just like the same comment that same comment that the chief of police, Robert Hearns, here in Charleston, Missouri, Mississippi County made when I complained about his sergeant and one of his police officers on January the 30th, 2019, right on this corner here, the way they reacted when I called about two individuals that was harassing me in my household and coming by my house, disturbing our peace. He told me when I made my complaint, it took him a while, to about 30 days before he responded, but the recording showed what his sergeant and his officer had said to these two individuals, laughing and joking with him, telling them that I knew y'all was gonna hand them some, but yet I made a complaint. But the chief of police, his response to my complaint, and my complaint was real respectful. His response was, if you stop ranting and cussing at my officers, maybe I'll have them to write a report. And he said they was wrong. They was wrong, but he did nothing about it. Then his officer said something that this guy 44, Dwarf, whatever his name is, said in court, he went to court and said that I was threatening these two guys and these guys didn't do nothing. But everybody seen on the video what they did. If anybody else, if had they did it in a white neighborhood or one of the sellout blacks house or around their house, it would have been a whole different thing. But here it is. This individual lay here this individual laid here and said that I be threatening people's lives. Now, if I'm threatening somebody's life, and the state police is right out here, you see what I'm saying? The state police was right here, two of them standing right here. The sergeant for the Charleston Police Department was standing right here. The other police officer of the Charleston, Missouri Police Department was right here in his car when these two thugs, one of them was walking where you see the no trespassing sign. And I told them, if you come in my yard, I'm gonna kill you. Now, if that was a threat, these two state police, they would have said something, but they didn't. But the sergeant told me I can't threaten nobody, and I told the sergeant, you can't tell me what to do when somebody study coming over here by my house harassing me. If he come on the yard, that's what I said I'm gonna do. You see what I'm saying? You see what that sign say? No trespassing. You see what that sign say? No trespassing. You see what that say? Private property. You see what that say? Private property. Now, they claim that I'm being a felon, that I can't do nothing. But I hope they don't allow some police officer to allow them to think that. Now, let me tell you this here. I was on probation for 2 years. Individuals came back making little threats, and I told them if they come on the yard, what I'm gonna do. My probation officer or her supervisor didn't violate me because I have a right. You see what I'm saying? I don't go around telling people I'm gonna kill you. When you tell me to move, if I don't like what's going on in Charleston, Missouri, or Mississippi County, or Southeast Missouri, or Charleston, Missouri, and you tell me to move if I don't like it, then I would tell you to come make me move. You see what I'm saying? Because you don't give me no instruction. I'm not in a gang. Y'all cowards send letters into my mailbox talking about you a part of the outfit, like I told whoever said that they was a friend of the outfit. When you come, Dwarf, chief of police, and whoever don't like this here, when you come, if the outfit did send you, like I said, make sure they gave you an outfit, because you can't go to the funeral home and be put in a casket naked. You see what I'm saying? If you white, most likely you're going to McMichael's. If you're black, most likely you're going to Williams Funeral Home. Anyone you want to go to. That ain't a threat, that's a promise. You see what I'm saying? Now, what they do to me, them threats, when you said, you gonna shoot me, or you gonna shoot my house up, a couple of them, I ain't heard none of y'all say nothing about that. You see what I'm saying? You know why you ain't say nothing about that? Because of the fact you a part of what I said before. Mikey was asked about 3 or 4 days ago, what was his nationality? He finally claimed that he's 100% black. But if he is black, again, he's a part of the sellout blacks that's misusing blacks, or he an individual claiming to be black, but he a white supremacist. You see what I'm saying? And that's all that really attacked me, because anybody else that's not really satisfied with what I'm saying, you know, you don't have to look at my YouTube video. But one thing about it, y'all ain't gonna stop me from taking care of my 2 daughters and my 92-year-old World War II veteran dad. Y'all ain't gonna stop me with my complaint against the Family Dollar, just like you didn't stop my complaint with Flying J when it was in Matthews. If you don't believe me, ask the white guy Curtis, that's the insurance man that drive around with the blue Dodge truck. Ask him about me. Me and him cool, but ask him about the hundreds of thousands of dollars that they paid for lawyers for discriminating against me and a few other people. Ask Black Gold Farms how many hundreds of thousands of dollars that they paid for discriminating against me. You see what I'm saying? One thing about me that's different than you sellout blacks that's misusing blacks and you white supremacists, I stand up for what's right. You see what I'm saying? And if you don't like what you call my runting, you see what I'm saying? Don't listen to it or just keep on saying something like you saying. It's like a dull night, nothing cutting. You just talking loud and ain't saying nothing. You see what I'm saying? I'm 100% man. Not just black, but I'm 100% man. And you see, another man or nobody else besides God can tell me what to do. So if you get tired of watching my videos, you see what I'm saying? When you get tired of it, stop watching it. You see that water running? Let me show you what I do with people, human beings or anything else that be on the property that don't supposed to be on there. I gave this snake a pass. When I was peeling that thing off the tree, I kept the tree up there for animals that's being chased by other animals or attacked by other animals. Every time I make one, they coming around. But they probably coming around because I just seen some type of disturbance down here just a few minutes ago. But they, probably doing the job. But I ain't got nothing to say bad about it. But that tree, I keeps it up for the animals to be able to run up there. But when I was peeling the thing off, yeah, got to be something going on. But whatever it is, makes the peace be still. Hope ain't nobody shot or hurt. But that snake, it was over there where it didn't supposed to be. So I took it by the tail and threw it out here. Then I sprayed it with some wasp spray, knowing it wasn't gonna kill it, but it was trying to come back towards my house. And then guess what? The birds got to packing on them. See, I don't have to harm my enemies. The Bible tells me warning come before destruction. You see, my probation officer didn't see what I was saying was a threat when I told them if they come on my property. Her supervisor didn't see is a threat when I said they come on my property. The YouTube didn't see it as a threat. The federal or the state government didn't see it was being a threat. Only one seeing it being a threat is those of y'all that claim, Mikey, you say a lot of things, Mikey Jones, if that's your name. If you're a guy or a woman, you tell me not to come back to Chicago. You sound like, let me tell you who you sound like, Mikey. I'm going to tell the people about who you sound like. Because you get involved with saying something about me beating on my kid's mother or she left. You know nothing about that situation at all because I've never been charged for beating on no woman. Now, individuals like you, I probably got charged for beating you half to death or putting lead in you, putting you in the cemetery or handicapping you for the rest of your life because you tried to attack me. Words don't make me do nothing, but when you come on the property, it's a whole different thing. But let me tell people about an individual like you. You see, I was minding my own business about 30-something years ago. One of my homies had a bunch of money and people was trying to take his money. And I held on his money for him. So they sent somebody around on a dead-end street to try to rob me. You follow what I'm saying? And the guy was about 50 or 60 feet away from me. He had been robbing people. I found out later he'd been robbing people all that night. He have a history of robbing people, beating them up. You see what I'm saying? Taking stuff, intimidating people. This individual that night had robbed a few people and then came around the corner trying to rob me. And he was about 60 feet away. And I told him, I gave him a warning. I said, don't come no closer. But he kept coming closer. But see, I didn't know at the time, his brother knew what he was doing, knew what he had been doing all that night, knew what he was finna do then, or attempt to do. Some of his friends. He kept coming. I didn't let him get no more closer when I seen him pull a gun out, and I shot 2 times and he failed. His brother and about 13 other guys come around the corner. One of them I let go down towards him because me and him worked on the ambulance together. But I told him, don't touch that guy's gun because I could have picked up that gun and shot every one of them, but I didn't. I shot my attacker. I don't care how old my attacker was. But his brother, for years, had been coming on my petitions saying I sympathize with his daughters, but I don't sympathize with him because he killed a 17-year-old kid, and that kid was my brother. His brother happened to be 18, but I wouldn't care if he was 14. If he came towards me with a gun, I'm going to do what I got to do. But you see, He seen what his brother did, but then he didn't care about when his brother was shooting and killing and robbing other people. But I'm going to leave it at that, Mikey. You sound like him. Peace be still.